Hello everyone, welcome to Wrestling with Motherfucking Evil. And my name is Luke, and welcome to my final Doom video, the end of the trilogy. My final Doom tier list. Yeah, so basically, I'm going to be tier listing all of the enemies in Doom Eternal just by itself. Just because I've really been having a lot of fun playing this game, and it's very, very different from the others. They bring back the cartoony style, the hand-drawn aspects of the original games, but they do it in new graphics, and there's newer, better, cooler ways of killing demons and stuff. And it's just a really, really good game. I think it's better than Doom 2016. Although Doom 2016 is really good, this takes it up and ramps it up and times 6 or 7, times 11, and it's just a really fucking fun, good game. And my throat's a little scratchy just because I just got finished with the second Doom tier list of the trilogy of the series. All of the other Doom demons. From Doom 1 all the way to Doom 2016. So yeah, my voice is a little scratchy, so got some soda to coat my throat. And yeah, so let's get into this. This is going to be a good tier list. I love Doom Eternal, like I said. I don't know all the demons' names by heart just because it just came out and it's the last game that I played. And Clyde's on my lap to celebrate. What's up, baby? How you doing? Oh, you're so cute. And yeah, so I'm going to be ranking these demons from worst to best, but in tier list form. So I'm going to be putting them in a different category. SS is the best tier. It's godlike, and there are demons in this game that are godlike that I really fucking enjoy. And then S is iconic. And that's one step below that. One step below that is Hurt Me Plenty, A tier. Step below that is B tier, average. Step below that is C tier, subpar. D tier is below that, not a fan. And then F tier is shitty. Just because there are some demons, surprisingly, that are really shitty in this game that I don't like. So without further ado, let's go. But before I do, all you motherfucking Doom heads out there, if you like what you see and you want to support the channel, definitely click that like or subscribe or share this video with other Doom heads of of your friend on your friends list or whatever, or just people that you know that like Doom. Send them my way. I live stream 6-7 days a week, and I make tier lists just like this for all of your favorite games and movies and actors and stuff like that. And yeah. Also, if you guys want to support me in another way, the link to all my social media is down below. Follow me on all that shit if you would like to. And also, my Patreon is in the link in the description down below. Definitely check that out if you guys want to. And also, if you guys don't do any of that and you don't have to, that's your choice. Definitely hit that notify bell. Make sure you guys get all that content when I'm coming out with new stuff, when I'm making a new tier list or premiering a video. Or just, fucking around in the live streams or, playing a different game that you guys like. It's mostly a horror channel and a Doom channel and also a fighting game channel. So, yeah, any game that I consider wrestling with some sort of evil, I play it on the channel. And Doom Eternal is no different. And actually, it is literally the antithesis of wrestling with evil. He is literally the Doom Slayer, the fucking man, the myth, the legend. Is on his final quest. Not final quest. Hopefully there's another game after this, after Doom Eternal, but his most recent quest of killing hordes of fucking evil demons that are trying to take over the world, and doing so in very violent, gory ways. I always say to my friends that Doom is the first-person shooter equivalent of Mortal Kombat. I just love the way Doomslayer just rips and tears through all of these enemies and just fucking, just slays it, queen. Like, just fucking annihilates everybody. So, without further ado, let's go. Let's talk about probably one of my favorite games in most recent memory. So let's go. Um, so yeah, all these demons are from Doom Eternal, as you guys know, and I'm going to be ranking them, via tier list style. And our first demon is the Arachnotron. Now, I never knew that he was called the Arachnotron until I looked it up. I wanted to refresh my memory and, maybe gain some new knowledge about what these enemies are called. And this is called the Arachnotron. It's like the Arachnid Demon, only a little bit smaller and lower scale, less damage, and just a regular enemy. So the Arachnotron, I really fucking love these guys, man. They're so awesome. I mean, when you first encounter them, they're a little bit tough just because you don't really have the weaponry to put them down. But dude, these enemies are so good, and it's like the Arachnotrons from Doom 2. So yeah, I'm gonna put them in iconic tier for sure. I just love how they look. I'm gonna be ranking these demons on the way they look and how much I like to fight against them. And obviously, death animation, stuff like that plays a part in it and whatever. But when I see an Arachnotron, I get all giddy and I'm just like, yeah, let's fuck this motherfucker up, So yeah, you can kill this guy in many different ways. You could take one of his legs, stab him in the fucking face. That's my favorite one. But yeah, you could also take him out by blowing the gun on the top of his head. So you could do that too. I just love the many different ways that you could take out these demons. It's just so much fun. This game is, I think maybe the only thing that takes a little bit from it with me is the whole, what's it called? The whole platforming thing. But you get used to it by the time you're all kind of close to finishing the game. You get a little bit used to it. So yeah, Arachnotron gets iconic tier for sure. It's been in a previous game, got revamped, and looks great. So yeah, that's my take on that. Let's move on to the next demon. The next demon is the Vial. Oh my god. These guys are the fucking worst. And when I say that they're the fucking worst, I really, really mean it. Like, they respawn enemies that you had just killed no matter what fucking enemy it is. Just as long as it's died right next to, where he's summoning this fire, just anywhere in a certain range. And these guys are just fucking horrible. But I will say that these are the best Archvials to date, honestly, because the Doom 2 Archvials are just way too fucking quick. And these Archvials actually give you a chance to, pump some rounds into them and kill them. So, yeah, Archvial, I think, even though I hate Archvials, and I stand by that, I can't stand Archvials, I'm going to put this Archvile, this rendition, and Doom Eternal in... Ooh, dare I say iconic? Probably hurt me plenty. A tier. I'll give him A tier. Just because, fuck Archviles, man. Hashtag, get that fucking movement going. Fuck Archviles. Yeah, that's exactly what they do. They summon enemies, and, buffed enemies, and... if ever you kill an enemy and whatever, if they spring up a fire, they resummon them, and it really fucking sucks. I hate these guys so much, and they actually take a lot of ammo to put down. So yeah, definitely don't save up a BFG round for one of these motherfuckers if you see them. These fucking Archvile. Ugh, I hate them so much. All right, let's move on to the Baron. The Baron of Hell. I love this rendition of the Baron of Hell. Just looks so cool. And I love the fact that he has, some, lava-ish fucking lightsabers on his fucking arms. He just looks super badass. Takes a lot of ammo to put down, but I feel like the original Baron of Hell is still better. So, I'm going to put the Baron of Hell in this game in the average tier. Yeah, in the average tier. Although he looks cool, and it's cool when you shoot him and chip away at his armor and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like there are better renditions of the Barons of Hell in other games. So yeah. Then we go to the buff totem. Okay, so these buff totems pretty much do the same thing that the Archvials do, but they don't respawn enemies. They just buff them. Like when the Archvials resurrect enemies, they're buffed. The totem's the same thing. So you think that that the Archvile is pretty much is there until you see this thing, and you're just like, oh really, you son of a bitch, and you just fucking take this thing out. I hate buff totems. They're really annoying. Not a fan of them. If they weren't in the game, I'd be happy. Yeah, so not a fan. I'm gonna leave it at that and stick to my decision. Stick to my guns on this one, literally, because I'm, you know, Doomslayer, right? Alright, let's move on to the Caco Demon. This is probably one of my favorite renditions of the Caco Demon. Obviously, the worst is, dare I say it, Doom. Yeah, I'm not gonna say the game, just because I've talked enough about it in the last tier list. And my voice is hoarse because of that certain Doom game that we don't speak of, or that I don't speak of anymore. Yeah, this Caco Demon is really fucking awesome. And I love the way that you kill every single one of these enemies. All the kill animations are just so cool. This game honestly wins so many points for me just for stylism alone. Just the style of this game is just fucking awesome. So, yeah, Caco Demons, they're gonna get a Hurt Me Plenty. I really like the design, and I love facing up against them, shooting them in the eyeball, man. Hell yeah. And then we go to these dudes. I forget what they're called. I just looked it up, but I'm blanking. But these guys pretty much make giant protective shields, so it's hard to get past those shields unless you have, you know, some ammo left over in your plasma gun. But these guys are pretty simple to kill, not too hard. I'm gonna put these guys in subpar. They can be pretty annoying. And they're like little tiny fat dudes on like a spider's body, on like one of the Arachnotron's body. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a big fan of these guys, but subpar is fine. I can deal with that. Next up is the explodey bald dudes, the baldies. Yeah, I'm gonna put them in shitty. They serve no purpose. You only see them like, what, 5 times in the game, maybe, if that. Yeah, they literally serve no purpose, unless you're speaking about like one part in the game. Then, yeah, I mean, you could use them to, you know, you could yeet them into other enemies by, you know, shooting them and whatever. But that's pretty much all they're used for, and you barely see them. They barely pop up. So, yeah, I'll put them in shitty tier. Let's move on to the Cyber Mancubus. Now, these guys are a fucking pain in the ass, just like they were in Doom 2016. I think even more so, but I love the way you chip away at their armor when you shoot them. So that way you know when they're about to die. I really like that. I really like that improvement. And for that, I think it's going to get a Hurt Me Plenty. I can live with that. I can live with that. Yeah, plus I do like Mancubus in general, like Mancubi in general. I really like their style. You know, they're just fat fucking demons that have fucking guns on them. And I still don't like the fact that, you know, these guys bring like a puddle of green shit that you can get hurt on, you know, when they shoot. But, you know, I can tolerate them in this game. It's not too bad, especially once you get towards the end of the game. Yeah, they're not too bad, so Hurt Me Plenty is fine. Actually, I might put them in average. Yeah, average. I'm okay with that. Let's move on to the Doom Hunters. These guys are fucking pains in the asses. I can't stand these guys. You have to have plasma in order to take these guys out. And it can get pretty annoying, especially when you have other enemies around you and you're trying to literally, like, you know, pour fucking plasma into this guy. It's just, I don't think these guys cut it when it comes to like regular enemies. I mean, obviously they're the first boss you come across, but and then after that you have to fight 2 of them, and then they become reoccurring enemies after that. So yeah, I'm gonna put them at not a fan. They're not completely useless. Actually, I'll put the totems in shitty. But yeah, they're not completely useless, but you know, they do serve their purpose. They're a little bit harder, which is fine. You know, I'm cool with that. And they don't pop up all the time, which is great. But annoying nonetheless. Let's move on to these guys. The I forget what these guys are called. Hell something. Hell something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But they have giant like yellow red blades on their arms, as you can see, and these guys are pretty tanky and really fast too. But I kind of like them, honestly. I don't think they're iconic, but I think average is fine with me. I'm okay with that. Yeah, average is fine. And then we get to these guys. These guys are called what again? I forget. Let me just see. Yeah, there's not a lot of demons in this game, but the amount of demons that there are is just, you know, I mean, the demons that are in the game, let's just say, are just really, really good. They're really, really cool enemies, and I really appreciate them. I'm actually shocked that the Icon of Sin isn't on here, which is weird. Actually, maybe he is. Maybe that's the Icon of Sin right there. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. But yeah. Yeah, moving on to these guys. I think these are the gargoyles. These guys serve their purpose. You got the the imps and the zombies, of course, and these guys are just like, flying enemies that get a little annoying sometimes, and you gotta put them down. So you gotta bring them back to Earth. I'm not a fan of enemies that fly, obviously. Besides like the Caco Demons, they're fine. But yeah, these guys I'm gonna put in subpar. They're not really that great. But this next boss slash enemy, I think is fucking awesome. The Gladiator, probably one of my favorite boss battles in the game. I always forget about the boss battle, but then when I think back, I'm just like, oh yeah, the guy with the giant shield in the fucking Gladiator pit, dude. Yeah, he's a champion, and he looks so cool, and the boss battle is so much fun. So yeah, godlike tier. I could put him there and be completely fine with that. I'm okay with that. Let's go to the next enemy. We got the Hell Knight. Dude, I fucking love these guys, honestly, and they really improved on the mechanics for this guy since Doom 2016. So yeah, godlike. I really love just tearing these guys apart because they're like middle of the road enemies, kind of. Like, they can get put down pretty easily with like 2, maybe 3 super shotgun blasts to the fucking body, like, and they're done. I love that. I love that there's demons that you could easily take out, and I love also that there's demons that are a little harder to take out, like, Cybermancubus or, the Baron of Hell. That's like, it's typical Doom, and I love that about this game. It pulls no punches. It gives you what you want, and what you want is fucking Doom, and that's it. And this game definitely delivers on all fronts. I'm really, really happy with what they did with this game, especially playing through the whole series before I got to this game. Like, this is definitely the end of a really fucking grueling journey here at Wrestling with Evil. Let's just say that. And we're not going to be talking about Doom or playing Doom until, right now I'm currently playing the DLC for this very game. I might do a separate tier list for those enemies. But right now this is all I got. This is all somebody made on Tier Maker, so I have to kind of deal with it. But hey, I'm fine with that. So let's move on to, I think that this is the Baron of Hell, and if it's not, and he's not on here, then shame on the person who made this. But yeah, I think this is the Baron of Hell, or not the Baron of Hell, the Icon of Sin. And if this is the Icon of Sin, dude, he's going in godlike because that final boss battle was just fucking epic. I loved every part of that battle. You have to blow off certain the armor off certain parts of his body. He starts with armor, and then you have to fight him with his skin and shit like that. And it's just such a good battle. I fucking love it. Yeah, I had it was way a million times better than the Icon of Sin battle in Doom 2, Hell on Earth. Just so much better. And there's like enemies that you can take out to get more ammo and whatever. It was just a lot of fun. It took me a couple tries on stream, but I got it. So it was just a good fucking time. Icon of Sin looks good. He's fucking gigantic. He's huge. Like, oh my god, like the size of a fucking planet almost. Like, damn. So awesome. I love that battle. So let's go to the Imps. The Imps. In my last video, I said that I didn't really like the way the Imps looked in Doom 2016. I think they look a lot better in Doom Eternal. I really think they fleshed them out a little bit, made them look a little less creepy crawly, more like impish. And I feel like they definitely delivered on that. I feel like maybe fans were a little upset, and they just fixed the way they look, and they look great now. So I'll put them in the Hurt to Me Plenty tier. I love the way they look, and I love blowing their fucking heads off, so it's a win-win for me, you know? Alright, and then we get to probably my least favorite boss battle. Like, probably one of the hardest boss battles I've ever done, ever played in my life. The Conmaker is just absolutely the most ridiculous boss ever created. I really do think so. Like, once you you have to pretty much hit her like a billion times with any ammo, and you know, and then she finally falls, and that's only one health bar, and that's one of fucking six total fucking health bars. And once you deplete the second fucking health bar, she puts the whole arena that you're battling in, and puts it in lava. So you're getting attacked by other enemies, which are smaller versions of her, and we'll talk about them in a little bit. But basically, she's gonna fucking kill you. Like, there's lava all over the place. You're taking constant damage. Like, I had to use Sentinel armor. There was no way that I was getting past her, even on the easiest difficulty. Like, oh man, I would love to play this game in on normal mode, the whole thing again, just because it's just so fucking good. But yeah, Conmaker, fuck that boss fight. I'm gonna put it in the F tier, and I'll be happy about that, because fuck that boss fight. That was the worst thing I ever put myself through. And I put myself through hell on the channel before for all of you. So, yeah, just the worst boss battle, period, I think. I mean, not as bad as Doom 3's boss battles, just because Doom 3's boss battles were doomed to fail. Doomed. Literally doomed to fail. Because the game looks like such shit, and it's just not good. I just gotta make sure I'm recording real quick. Yes, I am. But yeah, no, it's, I fucking hate this boss battle so much that it's crazy, and I recommend just put the Sentinel armor on yourself right away if you can, you know, with this boss battle, because there's no fucking way, man. Okay, so we get, next is the Lost Souls of this game, and they don't really show up that much. You got, you know, the summoners, which is the pain elementals. They summon them, and there's not many of them in the game. There's like maybe 20, if that. Maybe, I don't know, 15, honestly. Yeah, so you don't really see these guys much, and that kind of sucks. I really do want to see them more, and I want to see more pain elementals in this game, because I feel like they really did the pain elementals justice, and made them a lot better in this game than previous games. So, for that, these Lost Souls get not a fan, and I'm happy with that. And honestly, you could take them out with one hit, so it doesn't really matter. They're not very important. And then we move on to the regular Mancubus. The Mancubus is a good fucking enemy. I would say that the Mancubus in this game is godlike. Because he was godlike in my last tier list, and with you know, Doom 1 to Doom 2016, all those enemies, and now he's just, you know, he looks even better than Doom 2016's Mancubus. So yeah, he looks like almost like the original, which I'm really a big fan of. So yeah, godlike he goes. Definitely not a shocker there. I really love the Mancubus. They just look awesome. All right, and now we get to one of my favorite enemies in the game, the Marauder. Definite godlike tier for sure. Like, these guys by themselves, you know, literally take what you know about Doom, tell you to go fuck yourself, and now you have to get up close to this enemy instead of keeping far away like you do with every single fucking enemy ever created in Doom history, period. Like, the Marauder just literally like it takes everything and spins it, like, spins it on its head, and you're just like, oh shit, and then you have to have a super shotgun with this guy, or else you're pretty much fucked. And it takes like 6, maybe 7 super shotgun bullets or shots to, to kill him. And there's a certain time where you can kill him, where he's trying to use his axe and the axe turns green. That's when you have an opening for a shot for him, but you have to be a certain distance away, and you have to be like closer to him as opposed to farther away, or else he won't activate that that little time window where you can hit him. So yeah, I really love that enemy. I love the design. He's like the anti-Slayer, the anti-Doom Slayer, the opposite of the Slayer, which is really fucking awesome. This game is just fucking so good. All right, let's move on to these little Conmaker people. I mean, you can headshot them and get ammo, which is fine. I'm cool with that. Am I a big fan of these enemies? Not really. They're kind of subpar at best. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all they do. Like, and they also shoot you occasionally. But yeah, you get a decent headshot on them, and just they blow up, and you can get free ammo. That's a win-win. Nothing much to say about them. They're not very special in any sort of way. They're just kind of there in certain parts of the game. They don't show up all the time, which is, they're not that great. So, C tier. Subpar. Let's move on to the Pain Elemental. I really like the Pain Elemental in this game. I feel like they really did it justice and upgraded it. Now that I think about it, I'm going to put the Caco Demon in Iconic. Just because, the Caco Demon looks so cool in this game. I really do think so. They made him look kind of like the original, which is fucking awesome. And the Pain Elemental looks no different, when the Pain Elemental debuted in Doom 2, he looks kind of the same as he did in that game, which is so fucking awesome. I didn't used to like the Pain Elemental in Doom 2, and I still don't, just because that game, the Pain Elemental doesn't really work well with Doom 2, because it's such it's an older game, and I feel like the Pain Elemental was before his time, kind of, like he should have debuted in a later game, maybe Doom 64. That would have been a good game to have this demon in, which I think he was in. But that would have been a good game to debut this enemy in. But nevertheless, I love the Pain Elemental a lot more in Doom Eternal. So I'm gonna put him at Hurt Me Plenty. I feel like that's a solid A tier demon for sure. Let's get the ball rolling. This actually might be my shortest tier list ever, just because my mind is so fresh with Doom shit that it's just like, okay, I'm just kind of spitting it out, like, one by one. The Pinkies. I still have issue with the Pinkies. They look better than Doom 2016's Pinkies, which is a plus. But, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Pinkies in this game, which is a bummer. Like, you still have to attack their tail in order to kill them. It's kind of annoying, actually really annoying. So yeah, needless to say, I'm not a big fan of Pinkies, which is weird because they're so awesome in the first 2 games. Like, if they would just make them not, make you not have to hit their tail in order to kill them, like, that would be awesome. But apparently it's still a thing. So hopefully in the next game they change that, because I don't really like battling Pinkies. The enjoyment just isn't there for me in Doom Eternal with the Pinkies for sure. So let's move on to the upgraded Imps. These guys are pretty cool. They shoot way stronger bullets, and they stand up straighter than the other Imps. This is what I feel like the Imps should have looked like in Doom 2016, because they look decently like the original Imps from the first game. So I'll put them at Hurt Me Plenty, but I think they might be up above the Imps. There's the regular Imps when I when I, makeshift all the, all of the tiers, worst to best in each tier, which is what I like to do at the end of the video just to spice things up. I feel like people don't do that with tier lists, so I wanted to be different, and I feel like it works. So, yeah. So moving on, the Revenants, obviously, fucking godlike. I love Revenants, I really do, and I feel like they look. I feel like it's the second best iteration of the Revenants in a Doom game. So yeah, leave it up to Doom Eternal to just blow my fucking mind with like the enemy design and, the enemy attacks and all that shit. I mean, like I said, not every enemy is a winner in this game, obviously, but yeah. Now that I think about it, I might put the Doom Hunter in subpar just because he is a little bit of a challenge, and it's always good to have an enemy that you can't just completely blow through, fucking nuts to butts, you know what I mean? So yeah, Doom Hunter I think can go in subpar. I'm happy with that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But like I said, the Revenants are probably one of my favorite Doom enemies, just regular enemies of all time. Like, they're just so cool looking. They're just skeletons that shoot fucking fireballs at you. It's just awesome. Reminds me of, like, some old-fashioned Clash of the Titans shit from back in the day when my dad was younger, and watching those claymation skeletons battle, fucking, the lead character in the movie. It's just a really, really cool time. I remember watching those movies back with my dad and just having just like a blast because my dad loved those movies so much. I really wish that I could get them on DVD. Hopefully I'll find them somewhere because I know my dad would fucking, oh dude, he'd bust a nut over that shit. Oh man, he'd be so happy. All right, so let's continue. The shielded zombies, these guys with the blue shields. Yeah, I mean they're actually pretty solid enemies. Honestly, you can use the shield to blow up other enemies in the in the vicinity of these guys. So once you bust the shield, it blows up. So, and you could use plasma to take it out pretty easily with like 4 or 5 shots. So they're average enemies. I like them. Better than the Doom 2016 versions, though. Doom 2016 versions are kind of tanky. Let's move on to the shotgun guys. Or I think they're called shotgunners or something like that. I love the fact that Doom Eternal brings back the punk aspect of what made Doom Doom. And these guys are the punk dudes. They're back and better than ever, just like the shotgun guys from OG Doom. And I'm very happy about that. So, yeah, they go in iconic for sure. I'm glad that they listened to the fans on that one. I guarantee a lot of you Doomheads were raving that if you're going back to like the original Doom or whatever, like bring back the fucking punk, man. Where the fuck's the punk? Rock the fuck out, id Software. Let's go. So yeah, the punk dudes they get a win for me. I like that. The invisible Pinkies, they go higher because you can see them, but you can't see them. Sometimes they'll catch you off guard. You don't see them often, but when you do, you know that you can aim straight at them and kill them, which is not the case with the regular Pinkies in this game. It's just not possible. You have to shoot its tail off in order to kill it. So I like these guys more than I like the original Pinkies or the regular Pinkies in this game, and that actually kind of sucks to say. And I also think that they're the best iteration of the Pinkies in Doom. So I'm going to put them in iconic. Fuck it. Yeah, because they're the best Pinky in the game. So whatever. All right, let's move on a little bit to these things. These tentacle things, I actually think they're kind of cool. They're a little bit annoying. I mean, you could run past them and shit, but it's just like they're different enemies, and they pop up if you're in the range of them, and they'll smack you around and shit, give you damage. And when you shoot them, it's really cool because you could like shoot a hole into it and whatever, and you know, and like shoot parts of it off. It's just really fucking awesome. I love the mechanics in this game. Just so juicy and just like hardcore and violent. I love that shit. So I'm going to put these guys, these tentacle things in average. Yeah, I like them. I really do. Let's move on to, the cyber demons, aka the tyrants, which I don't really like the fact that they changed the name. Not a big fan of that, but they are cyber demons. Like by and large, they are, but they don't. It's really. I don't think they really home in on you like the old cyber demons from back in the first game. So I mean they're a lot slower. Which is basically like what the cyber demon should be, slow and whatever, and they're tanky. They take a lot of damage, and I just really like the design of them. First and foremost, they look like the original cyber fucking demon. Like that's so cool. So God tier it goes, and I also really like the machinery sound that they make, the and then their rockets are getting ready to shoot, and then they have the 4-way laser where they can try and home in on you and shit like that, if you're in range. Like just cool enemies, by and large. And like I said, they look like the OG fucking cyber demons, so that's a win-win for me, at least. When I played this game, I was like, oh yes, thank you so fucking much. So let's go to, these fucking guys. Whiplash. Yeah, not a big fan, of these guys. They're actually kind of shitty. Because they fucking slither around. They're so fucking fast, and they do tons of fucking damage, and it's just like, dude, especially if they're, powered up by like a buff totem or fucking, an arch vial. If they somehow get brought back, it's the fucking worst. Every time I see them, I'm just like, nope, I gotta kill this thing right the fuck away, because if I don't, I'm gonna die. Like, these guys are just so unbalanced. Hopefully in the next game they balance them a little bit, along with the Pinkies. Like, I would really love to see that. And then, last but not least, we get the zombie. And I don't really like the way the zombie looks in this game, so I'm gonna put him in not a fan. Just because, like, one shot from any fucking given gun will, they're just kind of useless. I mean, I've gotten hit by these guys plenty of times, but I don't feel like they do a lot of damage. Yeah. So yeah, this is the portion of the tier list where I'm going to be, makeshifting everything around and putting it from worst to best in every tier, and for your guys' enjoyment. And you guys will see what I think is the best Doom Eternal enemy, and what I think is the worst, and everything in between. So let's fucking go, everybody. Alright, let's do the shitty tier first, just like I usually do. Top of the shitty tier. The totems are going to be right there for now. The blow-up guys, at least they serve some sort of purpose besides just to fuck you over, so I'm going to put them above the buff totems. And then, yeah, fuck you, Conmaker. You could stay right there, you fucking bitch. I see you. I see you, you fucking piece of shit. Worst fucking boss fight ever. So bad. I hated every second of that. And I feel like it's going to be a lot worse with the whatever it's called, the Seraphim that I have to kill. Yeah, it's going to be fucking annoying. But Whiplash goes right above the Conmaker, just because he is the worst regular enemy in the game, by far, I feel. Yeah, so that's my shitty tier. Conmaker's obviously the worst, because I fucking hate that boss's guts. Literally can't stand that boss. Alright, and then we're going to do D tier. Let's see. The Revenants, the Lost Souls can stay there. Pinky is going to be behind the Revenants, just because the Revenants are so simple to take out. And the zombies are going to be right behind the Revenants, just because you see the zombies way too much, and they're completely fucking useless. So, there we go. There's that. And then, let's see. C tier. These guys are really fucking annoying. The Imps can go above these guys, because, yeah, screw these guys. Once they get their giant fucking, blue shields up, like, all the enemies behind there can just hit you freely. and you can't do you can't do dick about it at all. And then you got these small Conmakers, which they at least give you a good amount of, ammo when you shoot their heads off. So I'll put them at the top of C tier. And then you got the Doom Hunter, which, yeah, I'll put that underneath the little Conmakers, just because they are hard to put down, and they're pretty unbalanced because like you have to constantly hit them, or else they'll replenish their shield device. Or you can aim at the bottom, which, that'll just send them into, disarray, and their bodies will pop off of the little tank things that they're on top of. But by and large, I'm not a big fan of the Doom Hunters, although they don't really come, at you that often. They're not really around that often, but I don't know. Still subpar. All right, let's go to the B tier, average. Let's see. Baron of Hell. And the Cybermancubus. I'm going to put the Baron of Hell there. Cybermancubus is here. These guys, I'm going to put way down at the bottom of this tier. I really don't like these guys. They're way too fucking tanky. Way too tanky and way too fast, too. But at least they're not as bad as Whiplash over here, those fucking pieces of shits. Alright, let's put the shield guy right above this fucking guy. And then the little tentacle things. Actually, no, the shield guys do help you a lot, actually. So let's bump him up to top of average, because he can damage any enemy in the game. Like, all you have to do is shoot the fucking shield, and it blows up, and it could kill an Vial if the Vial doesn't have as much health, or it could kill any one of these enemies at any given time. Maybe not the Marauder, but for certain reasons, obviously. But these guys can help you out, and when you're in a jam, and that's a really good thing. And then you get these guys, these tentacle guys. I'm gonna put them right below the Mr. Cybermancubus here, Mr. Cyberbus, right here. So yeah, I'm happy with this. Let's move on to Hurt Me Plenty tier. Yeah. Fucking Archviles. Put him at the top. I'll put the Imps below these guys, just because, these guys are assholes, but they have to be assholes. You need that asshole enemy in order to, give you a reason to use the BFG ammo, because you don't have to use any of that shit, period, at all. Yeah, these Archviles give you a purpose for your hardest hitting gun, that's for sure. And then the Imp, and then this guy, who is also kind of a prick sometimes, and has a lot of health too. He can go right under the Archvile. And then the Imp, the stronger Imp can go above the weaker Imp, just because, it just looks like the best Imp in recent history besides the original one, which I really liked, or which I still really like. Yeah, so that's Hurt Me Plenty tier. Archvile comes in on top of A tier, but definitely is not an S tier. Although I feel like it is the best rendition of the Archvile so far. That's why I put him in A tier, in general. Alright, let's go to Iconic tier. Yeah. Arachnotron. Okay, you could stay there. And then these guys, the Cacos, the Caco Demons. I think I might actually no, Arachnotron can stay there, and then Caco Demon, and then, actually no, I'm gonna put the punk, shotgun dude at top of Iconic. And then, the Pinky, the invisible Pinky, can go down there. So yeah, that's, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with my Iconic tier. Now, let's look at my top 7, my top 7, demons in, Doom Eternal. First we got the Gladiator, and, this guy, the Hell Knight. Man, the Gladiator was such a fun battle. That was actually a really good fucking battle. But I really like I really like fighting the Hell Knights too. I'm gonna put him first, and then the Hell Knight, just because a good boss battle is always welcome in a game. Like, bar none. Always. Hands down. And then you got the Icon of Sin. He's going to go all the way up there, man. I fucking love that battle so much. I would play that again and again and again and again. Just that battle alone. Like, is fucking awesome. Mancubus can stay there. That seems fine. The Marauder can go right under the Icon of Sin just because the Marauder is fucking awesome. He literally changes the game. He's a game changer, literally. Like, without a doubt. Just such a good enemy and such a fun enemy to fight, especially when you're in a bind and like, oh, he can kill you at any moment. Like, he always seems to get me at like fucking 8 health. And then I'm just like, fuck, and then I gotta dodge all the other enemies and then use the chainsaw and then, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, but Marauders are so cool looking. I loved when they were introduced, like the second boss in the fucking game. Oh man, so good. And then obviously you got the Revenants, which is going to be, I fucking love the Revenants, man. They're gonna go above Hell Knight for sure. Just like an iconic fucking, you know, enemy and just such fun to kill. Like, awesome. And then you got these badass motherfuckers, the Tyrants, aka, or no, the Cyber Demons, aka Tyrants. Cyber Demon. I'd rather call this thing a Cyber Demon than a Tyrant any day. This thing can go right under Marauder and just barely. They're kind of even, honestly. 1A and 1B for second place. Like, they're just so much fun to kill. And these guys are so tanky, and these guys are fast, and it's just different. You know, all these enemies are just so much different. And I love the fact that, you know, you could take them out in different ways and whatever. And not all enemies the same, and their movement patterns are so weird and whatever. I just love this game. So yeah, so that's my tier list. It goes Conmaker, Whiplash, Buff Totem, Explodey Ball Dude, and then Pinky, Zombie, Lost Soul, these fucking bloated guys that make really big shields, the Gargoyles, Doom Hunters, little tiny Conmaker wannabe dudes. These fucking guys with the lightsaber arms. Let's see, this tentacle rape dudes, the anime wannabe looking fucking things. Let's see, the Cyber Mancubus, Barons of Hell, shield dudes, Imps, buffed Imps, or whatever the fuck they're called, stronger Imps, I don't know, Imposters, no, they're definitely not Imposter, these are probably Imposters, and then these fucking guys, you know, what do they call again, I'm drawing a blank again on these guys. It's a hard name to remember, honestly, because I think it's 3 names, but yeah, these guys that, you know, that puke up the fucking lost souls, and then Archvile, and then you know, Invisible Pinky, Caco Demon, Arachnotron, Gun Soldier, or I call them the fucking, you know, the punk dudes, punk shotgun man, punk shotgun soldier guys, the Mancubus, the just regular Mancubus, the Hell Knight, the Revenant, the Gladiator, the Tyrant, aka Cyber Demon, the Marauder, and the Icon of fucking Sin, baby. That's my tier list. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Really appreciate it. Like I said in the video, if you guys want to support the channel in any sort of way, definitely feel free. Drop a like, subscribe. Share with your friends if you want to. Do whatever you guys want to do. You don't have to do any of that shit if you don't want to. But also, if you want to follow, you know, if you want to follow me on social media, my link is in the description. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, Patreon is definitely the way to go. I have my Patreon in the link down below in the description. Check it out if you want. And definitely hit that notify bell, guys. Make sure you guys get all that content, you know, when I'm coming out with new stuff, when I'm doing a premiere, when I'm going live, all that good shit. I've been Luke from Wrestling with Evil. Thank you. I love you guys. And rock on, Doomheads. Peace, guys. Mwah. Peace.